Hey guys, how's it going? This is Khan and welcome to another Division video. And in this video, a lot of people have been blowing me up telling me, Khan, you got to check out the state of the game. Khan, go look at the state of the game. Khan, what do you think about the state of the game? The changes that are coming with the Division. Tell us something. So here I am, and I watched the state of the game, and I want to first preface this by saying a lot of people are going to be happy. I know that a lot of people who are OGs and who have a lot of stuff or who have everything probably are not that happy about the changes. But I will say this, you should be happy because now you know the face of the Division, Jesus. This is the guy who is in charge of drop rates, and if you listen to what he says, he said, I did this, I did that. So he is the one who makes the decisions on the drop rates and how often this stuff will drop for you. So all of that bad luck that we've been having, we now have a face of the one who's been in charge. So you guys check this out. I cut everything up, made it just so that you have all the important information. Check it out, and then we'll be right back. And then I'll have a couple thoughts.
Yeah, my name is Jim Norris. I'm a game designer on the Division, and I do things on the Division. You know, open world bosses, for example, used to be 3%. Now those are 6%. You know, all of the areas across the game where it was 3%, we've made it 6. We've increased it in the dark zone as well, but those were already surprisingly at 5%, and I didn't want to put them up to 10, so I put those to 6 as well. You'll also see now in legendary missions, we've upped the chance. Well, we've added the chance and upped the chance to 20% for classifieds and legendaries. So if you want to challenge yourself and do a legendary mission, you're going to have roughly a 1 in 5 chance of picking up some classified gear. As well, we had heard people talking about the season pass supply drop and how that wasn't really, people just tend to ignore it. So I've added a 10% chance to drop classifieds into that, as well as 100 DTech for opening it. So go open them again. I've gotten rid of the small 900 GE caches, so you'll still have the regular superior caches, but in addition, I've added new singular classified caches. So during the event, whatever sets are featured in that event, you can buy a cache that will guarantee one piece from that specific set. That's going to be a really good way for people to definitely hone in and finish those builds out. During the off season, I've added a cache into the special vendor for 2,500 Phoenix creds that will roll the classified loot pool once and guarantee you a classified item. So it won't be a specific one, but it will be a classified item. So you can kind of focus during the events on the ones that you want. And if you find yourself sitting on a load of Phoenix credits, as I've heard some people mention before, you can hop into the special vendor and dump 2,500 on them to get a classified. Each daily will give you 25 DTech, and each weekly assignment will give you 100. So I think that's about 900 to 1,000 you can get a week just from doing the dailies and the weeklies. I've taken the vendor exotics out of every exotic loot pool in the game, apart from at the vendor. So if you want those, you go to the vendor and get them, but you won't get them anymore through drops or through caches. And I've also added all of the exotics apart from the vendor exotics to the open world bosses.
All right, guys, that is it. That is all the information that you really needed from the state of the game for what is this, February the 22nd, 23rd. So yeah, I don't know about you guys, but I'm kind of happy that a lot of the suggestions that you guys made in the videos when we talked about this back around, I think it was two global events ago. I'll put a link. You should see a little pop-up for that. A lot of you guys' suggestions made it into the game, so I really want to say thank you to everybody who contributed. Most of you guys who know me and know this channel know that I really like opinion sharing, and I do appreciate the people who maybe don't have a platform on YouTube, who maybe aren't the most successful or have a ton of subscribers. Hell, in my opinion, I don't even think I have a ton of subscribers like some of these other people who have the ear of Massive and Ubisoft, and yet a lot of you guys' suggestions have made it into the game. So I really am kind of happy about that. I think that upping the drop rates is really kind of in line with what I think the developers want to do with the game. A jump from 3% to 6% doesn't really seem like that much, especially when you consider that the Dark Zone was already 5%. It's only 1% more. The Light Zone is now going to be 6% instead of 3%, so that's doubled. So basically, you'll have just as much of a chance from Light Zone bosses as you will from Dark Zone bosses, but the difference will be that Light Zone bosses won't respawn as fast as Dark Zone bosses. So, I mean, that's kind of okay, in my opinion. The other thing is that now the caches that they give you, which I completely ignore, and I know a lot of people left comments on my video saying, open your cache. It was like, well, there's nothing in it. So now that you'll be able to get division tech from that, 100 division tech from that, plus you'll have a 10% chance to get a classified from that, is also pretty nice for the people who are still struggling to get the sets. As some of you might know, my PS4 character has all of the sets. I'm done. I don't really need to farm or do anything, but I am happy that, you know, for some people who are still struggling to get what they need, they can do that. And I was really kind of surprised and very happy to hear about the Phoenix credits being a way to get classified gear, and also during global events that you will be able to buy sets from vendors in specific like sets. Like you can go and say I want a striker set and then use your credits to buy the striker set. So I'm really happy about a lot of those changes. I think that for the people who need them, this is a good thing. All of that division tech is really just going to max out people's builds even faster. I was a little bit worried about it, but kind of right now, if they're going to make it that easily available, I don't think anybody who is newer to the game or anyone who has had bad luck really will have very little to kind of talk about. I think it'll be there for you. And yeah, that's kind of my 2 cents. Let me know what you guys think about the changes coming with this. Of course, there has been no release date as to when these changes are going to come into effect, but if there are, I will definitely try my best to let you guys know ASAP. So thank you guys again for all of the support, and if you did enjoy this video or if you found it useful, be sure to hit that like button. If you are new, don't forget to subscribe, follow me and all that social media stuff, and then until the next video, I'll catch you later. I'm Khan, and yeah, I'll see you. Take it easy. Peace.
Khan.